For 8 millennia, the Vex had known no rivals. Their sleek, hideous bodies moved through the darkness of space like silent nightmares. 12 feet tall, with obsidian exoskeletons that refracted light in impossible ways, they were hunters beyond compare, predators beyond contest. Captain James Miller stood at the viewport of the UES Defiance, watching the wreckage of what had once been humanity's outer colony on Epsilon Eridani IV. The settlement had housed 30,000 civilians. There were no survivors. "Status report," he said, his voice carefully measured despite the rage burning in his chest. Lieutenant Tom Reed looked up from his console. 17 Vex ships departed the system approximately 12 hours ago. They didn't even bother to hide their warp signatures. Intelligence suggests they're heading toward the Procyon system. James nodded slowly. They don't think they need to hide. They never have, said Dr. Anna Wilson as she entered the bridge. The xenobiologist had been studying the Vex since first contact 3 years ago. In their 8,000-year history of conquest, no species has ever mounted an effective counterattack. They strike, they feed, they leave. They've never encountered resistance that worried them. Then they've never met humans before, James said quietly. The Vex High Commander watched the primitive bipeds through the video feed. They were so small, so soft, so disappointing. Where the great swarm had detected their radio signals, there had been excitement, a new hunting ground, new prey, but these humans were scarcely worth the journey. "They're constructing a defensive line at Procyon," reported the tactical officer. The High Commander's mandibles clicked in what passed for amusement among the Vex. "They think they can fight us. Prepare the hunting party. We will demonstrate what it means to face the apex predators of the galaxy." "They're coming," Anna said, examining the data from the long-range scanners. "Just as predicted." James nodded. Around the Procyon system, 200 Earth ships waited in careful formation. Not in a defensive circle as the Vex would expect from their experience with other species, but in a complex three-dimensional web, a trap. "All ships, maintain communication silence," James ordered. "Reactor outputs at minimal levels. Let them come to us." The Vex fleet appeared at the edge of the system, 30 ships strong this time. They moved with predatory grace, spreading out to encircle what they believed would be cowering prey. "They're completely within the engagement zone," Tom reported. "No sign they've detected our full presence." James took a deep breath. "All ships, execute Operation Extinction. Now." The Vex High Commander was confused. The humans had only deployed a token defense, a mere dozen ships that fled as soon as the swarm approached. Was this all they had? Were they already abandoning their colonies to the inevitable harvest? The first missile struck without warning, a direct hit on the command ship's propulsion system. Before the High Commander could process what had happened, proximity alarms blared across the bridge. Multiple enemy signatures appearing from behind the planet's moons. The tactical officer reported, mandibles quivering in a display of shock no Vex had shown in generations. More appearing from the asteroid field. "We're surrounded." "Impossible," the High Commander hissed. "No prey surrounds the Predator." "Their ships are breaking formation," Tom reported, unable to keep the satisfaction from his voice. "They're trying to regroup." "Don't give them the chance," James ordered. "All vessels, execute Phase 2. Close the net." The human fleet moved with choreographed precision. Unlike the Vex, who relied on overwhelming force and terror, humanity had spent its evolutionary history as both predator and prey. They understood something the Vex never had to learn. The most dangerous animal is not the strongest, but the most adaptable. The Vex ships fired wildly, their previously coordinated attacks now desperate and scattered. 3 human vessels were destroyed, their crews sacrificing themselves to maintain the integrity of the trap. "They're trying to open a warp point," Anna observed. "Classic cornered predator behavior." James nodded. "Let one ship escape, just one." The High Commander's ship shuddered as another volley of human weapons found their mark. Around them, the hunting fleet was being systematically destroyed by prey that refused to behave like prey. "We must retreat," the tactical officer urged. "The humans have technologies we didn't anticipate. Their weapons penetrate our shields as if they were designed specifically to." Because they were, the High Commander realized with dawning horror. They studied us. They let us attack their colony to study our weapons, our tactics. A path suddenly opened in the human formation, a clear route to escape. It's a trap, the High Commander said. It's our only chance, replied the tactical officer. The flagship accelerated toward freedom, leaving the rest of the fleet to their fate. The command ship has escaped, as planned, Tom confirmed. James nodded grimly. Track their course. Make sure our listening posts confirm their arrival at the Vex homeworld. You think they'll lead us right to it? Anna asked. I know they will, James replied. They've never needed to hide before. They don't know how. 3 months later, the UES Defiance led the largest fleet ever assembled by humanity to the Vex homeworld, a massive planet encased in the chitinous remains of 1,000 conquered species. The High Commander stood before the Vex ruling council, still explaining the unprecedented defeat. They're not like the others, the High Commander insisted. Do not fight like prey. They study, they adapt, they set traps. They are insects compared to us. The eldest of the council clicked dismissively. We'd have ruled this galaxy since before their species left their trees. Alarms blared throughout the chamber. A junior officer burst in, mandibles trembling. The humans, the officer chittered. They're here. Hundreds of ships. They've already destroyed our orbital defenses. The council chamber fell silent. The voice of Captain James Miller echoed through every communication device on the Vex homeworld. This is humanity. You came to our home. You killed our people. You thought we were prey. That was your final mistake. We are not prey. We never were. We are human, and we have come to return the favor. On the bridge of the Defiance, James gave the final order. Begin the extinction protocol. Across the stars, the news would spread. The Vex, who had terrorized the galaxy for 8,000 years, who had exterminated countless species, who had never known defeat, had met humanity. And like so many apex predators who had encountered humans throughout history, they learned too late that the true apex predator wears no claws, bears no fangs, but carries something far more dangerous, the capacity to turn the hunt against the hunter. The Vex were considered apex predators until humans killed them all.